Okay, so here's what we got. Here's my controller. Here's the SSR. I stuck everything on a piece of acrylic just so keep things moving around. I'll send this with you. So basically we just have the two wires here, the power, black minus, red plus. This is the control power, 9 to 24 volts, probably 12 volts is what you'll use. So how my controller works by the output grounds the system. So here's the input to the SSR, and one side is plus. I've got that going right to the power, so that'll be hot when you put your control power on. Then my controller will ground the other side to turn on the SSR. Here's the output, and there's a plus on here. This is where battery will go, battery plus, and then your coil will connect here, plus to your coil, because when this turns on, it'll connect the battery to this terminal, and then the other side of your coil will go to the battery ground. So anyways, how this works is I added 2 more LEDs on the board just so you know what mode it's in. So I'll turn it on. It starts flashing the output. So the green is the output, and there's a red and a yellow. The red is when you're in adjust high time, how long it's high for, it'll be red, and when you go to the adjust your low time, your off time, it'll be yellow. So right now when it's running, the pot doesn't do anything, but as soon as you click the pot button, you see the red light comes on, and now it's adjust high time. So if I turn to the left, the high time gets shorter. If I turn to the right, the on time gets longer. And when you get that set to where you want, you press again. Now it goes into the adjust your low time, your off time. Same way, if I turn it to the left, off time is less. If I turn it to the right, off time is more. And then push again, it gets out. Now everything's in memory. You know, if you power down, power up, wherever you last adjusted it, it'll be there. Another thing too is when you're in, I'm going to go back to high adjust. If it doesn't look at the pot until you move the pot. So let's say if I want to go right to my low adjust and not mess with the high, you like the high, it won't pay attention to the pot until you start turning it. So there's the low, I'll make it slower, the off time. So that keeps it from, when you get in this mode, any of these modes, you know, the pot could be anywhere and it won't change your time until you actually move the pot. Then it'll pick up and start adjusting. So it lets you skip modes and not affect the other, depending upon where your pot's set. Okay, so let me get the oscilloscope hooked up. Okay. Alright, so you can see right now if I'm this is the output, and if I go to measure, right now the high is 370 milliseconds and the low is 350 milliseconds, or 0.35 seconds. So I'll show you how this works. I'm going to go into the high adjust, click, it's in the high. Now I'm going to turn it to the left, which will make it less. You'll see the high come down. So you've got a high adjustment range of, the shortest time is 150 milliseconds, or 0.15 seconds, and the longest high time is 650, or 0.65. So you go from 0.15 to 0.65 on the high. I'll adjust it down here a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to go into the off time. The minimum off time should be the same, 150 milliseconds, or 0.15. The maximum off time is 0.65, or 650 milliseconds. So So once you get it adjusted where you like, it's probably going to be tricky without a scope, but I'm going to get out of it. Alright, so now the pot doesn't do anything, and if I power down and power up, it comes right back. So remembers, anytime you escape out of the adjust mode, it puts that in flash memory on the chip. So that's pretty much it. I can show you. Alright, so hook the output of the SSR up. I'm going to, there's a plus on here. I'm going to put plus 12 volts, the battery 12 on the plus side. I'm going to use this LED light here, and I'll put the plus of my LED light over here because it's going to, I'll just hold it. So you can see the SSR is working.